How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright. Thanks for asking. Hold on. Yep, GoPro's still going. Alright, cool. It just freaked out on me for a second there. Yes, I know my shirt is inside out. I'm sure somebody's going to say something about that, but yes, I know my shirt is on inside out. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm out here. I kind of wanted to do some shooting today, but I wasn't really sure what I felt like shooting, so I was going through my gun collection, and I decided, let's keep it easy to shoot on this fine Saturday afternoon. Beautiful day. It really is gorgeous out here. Take a look real quick at this unbelievably gorgeous view. Not a cloud in the sky. Probably sitting about 75 degrees right now. Oh, there's a cloud right there. Alright, today sucks. Today is the worst. Anyway, I'm out here and I decided to fire off some 223s, and I kind of came to the conclusion that I don't really give my AR-15 or my Mini 14 enough love. I'm kind of a bolt action guy myself. I tell you what, guys, I might make myself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, sit back, relax, just watch the trees. Alright, so I'm sure anybody watching this video pretty much already has a pretty good understanding whenever it comes to both of these rifles. They're both pretty damn popular, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to make a comparison video between the two. That being said, as long as you're getting the semi-automatic conversion of the M14, they're both semi-automatic rifles that take a external magazine. These right here are both 30 round magazines, but I got them loaded up to 10 rounds just because. I'm not going to be picking favorites in this video because I'll be honest, I like both platforms a lot. Anyway, let me show you guys what I'm going to be comparing here. I got standard AR-15. This is an OmniMax polymer receiver. It's got reinforcement in the receiver, so I understand if people don't like the polymer receiver idea, but I've stuck well over 1,000 rounds through this thing and it's still running just fine. For the price I paid for it, this is an excellent range gun. Just don't take it into combat. Please don't take this into combat. The Mini 14, I'm sure you guys have seen this before as well if you've seen any of my videos. I made one on this not too terribly long ago, and now I'm going to make another video on it. Alright, we're just going to start off with my AR-15 right here. This particular AR-15 does have a carry handle, whereas my Mini 14 does not. Has a telescoping stock. I do not believe that any Mini 14s were equipped with telescoping stocks. They did, however, have folding stocks, but for the most part, by my knowledge, they're made of wood. At least on the civilian market, anyway. Personally, I prefer the wood stock just because I'm kind of a classy guy. I know how that sounds, but I'm kind of a classy guy. I like a good wood stock or wood furniture over just black polymer. It's nicer in my opinion. Not a lot of people feel that way, but it's nicer in my opinion. Damn, the wind is just straight freaking savage today. Both of these rifles, these semi-automatic rifles, lock open on either an empty magazine or can be manually locked open. However, the AR-15 does have a bolt release, making it more economic in a combat situation. If you know about the AR-15, you know there's a button right here on the side. But if you don't know, there's a button right here on the side. You press that, releases the bolt, changes it around, and gun's hot, ready to fire. That was fun. To drop the mag, there's a little button on the side. This right here does have a dust cover on it as well. Most of your AR platforms will. But drop the mag, button on the side, mag comes right out, nice and easy. On an empty mag, the bolt will lock open. So all you would have to do to reload this thing, pull the mag, put a fresh mag with ammunition inside of it, press this button, you're good to go. This way is definitely more ergonomic platform than our Mini 14 over there whenever it comes to reloading. Alright, speaking of reloading your Mini 14, This right here kind of rocks in, much like an AK-47 will. The magazine on this thing is actually very similar to the functionality of an AK mag. So you stick it in nose first, and then you rock it back into place. Just like that. Make sure it's seated, give it a wiggle.
Give it a wiggle. Give it a wiggle.
There's no button to press to slide the slide forward. You have to actually manually unlock it. After you pull that back, you can clearly see there's ammunition right there in the top of the gun. Bolt rides home, ready to fire. Just like the AR platform, it locks open on the empty mag. However, to remove the mag, this one right here is a little bit trickier than removing the mag from an AR-15. AR-15, you press the button, mag comes right out. This right here, you have to kind of rock it out of the way, sling. Rock it out of place. There we go. Takes probably about 2 seconds longer to reload depending on your reloading capabilities. And that's just to get the mag in. After that, you have to manually cycle the slide, requiring your trigger finger or trigger hand, or I guess you could AK this thing. Let's test that out. Yeah, I guess you could use AK ergonomics on this thing to reload a little bit faster, but the AR is definitely the faster platform in terms of reloading than this thing. As it naturally would be, this Mini 14 is based off of a design that came about in the mid-1930s. The AR platform right there came about in early 1960s or so, but it's been finely tuned and refined over the course of the past 100 years, 75 years, give or take that amount of time. Alright, in an actual combat situation, AR-15 is definitely a faster reloading gun. However, if you have to go prone, the pistol grip on this thing, along with the standard capacity 30-round magazine, does get a little bit in the way. Anyone who's ever fired one of these prone, although it's not exactly the biggest of hindrances, you know, it's still definitely doable, but you notice that your magazine and pistol grip is smacking into the ground while you're laying there. The Mini 14 is much more flush. You don't really have, well, you do have a pistol grip right here, but you don't really have that straight vertical pistol grip on this thing. If you have yourself a flush magazine like I have, not in the gun, but I own one, 5-round magazine, flush right to the bottom of the gun, you have yourself an excellent prone rifle. Not all that practical, but hey, it works. The bolt and carrier on the Mini 14, I keep calling it the M14, which it's not, this is chambered in 223, but the bolt and carrier on the Mini 14 is very visible. You can plainly see it through the top of the rifle. Originally this design was meant for in-block clips, although this one right here takes external magazines. The bolt and carrier on the AR platform is much more protected than it is on the Mini 14 platform, especially whenever you have this dust cover blocking basically all your internals and guts in there. On this specific rifle, I can see right through the receiver. Hi, I see you guys. So it's not all that protected against dust, dirt, and debris, but this is a range gun. It's not a combat weapon. So another thing to take note of, one of the biggest things, the biggest differences between the AR-15 and the Mini 14 platforms is ease of disassembly. If you have to disassemble one of these in the field, this is definitely the easier one to do. Pop that back pin, flip this up, and you got yourself full access to all the internals. Nice and simple. The Mini 14 is definitely the more nostalgic of the guns. However, the AR-15 is fun and fine and dandy, but if you're looking for a cool gun, I'm not saying the AR-15 is not cool, but this thing is freaking sweet. I love the way this thing uses the old M1 series type of bolt and system. It's nostalgic. It's cool. I love it. I really do. This specific Mini 14 does have a literal M14 flash hider on it, which is pretty neat. Someone in the comments said that I should emphasize this flash hider because I guess this is a big deal in the Mini 14 world. Cool. The only thing that I don't like about the Mini 14 is the fact that you gotta rock this magazine to get it in and out of the gun, just like you do have to do on the M14 platform. I'm not sure if I called this a Mini 14 or M14 just now. This is a Mini 14. M14 is a 308 version of this. This right here does have your old classic M1 safety on it, which is neat, just like the M1 Garand does and the M14 does, for the most part. The heavier wood stock on this thing really absorbs the recoil. This thing's probably about twice the weight as that AR-15. It's more cumbersome for lugging around, but man, I can pop off some real quick, accurate shots with this thing if I really tried to. The only thing I don't like about it, the rear aperture sight. Sure is skinny, guys. It is really hard to see through that thing. I mean, I know I could get myself a different sight, but this right here is factory. Had some trouble getting the mag out there. The AR-15, way easier to reload. As I've said many times already, slide the mag in, press that button, you're good to go. Ready to fire whenever you're ready to pull that trigger. Way more recoil than that Mini 14. But now, bolt's locked open, pull that mag, put a new one in, close the bolt, you're ready to go. You can do the same thing with that Mini 14, but it involves a lot of rocking and trying to line everything up just right. You get something wrong, your mag isn't seat right, and it'll just fall out as soon as you take that first shot. These two mags are not interchangeable. A lot of people think that they are not. We got ourselves a locking nose up on the front of the Mini 14 receiver, and locking lugs in the back. On the AR-15, locking lugs are on the side. Although there is a support beam in the back, two little supports in the front as well. Not interchangeable, don't try to swap them out. Anyway, I have 2 rounds left and 2 guns. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to load each of these magazines, and then I'm going to try and load the rifle as quick as I can and get that round off as fast as I can. And we're going to see what sort of results we get. Just for fun. I mean, there's no real scientific backing behind this. I'm not even going to time myself. It'll just be cool. Alright, we're going to go with the AR-15 first. You guys ready? That was pretty quick. Granted, I was holding the magazine, but still pretty quick. In the event that you're in the middle of a combat situation and you're just holding a magazine while fending off the enemy, just drop that other mag, put this one in there. I've only got one AR-15 mag, so I didn't drop the other mag, but still. I am going to have the mag in this one because this right here just does not drop out, so I'll have to pull this mag, put it back in, and then cycle it. Let's see how well that works. Alright, here comes the enemy. Bang, bang, bang. Out of ammo. God, pull the mag. Pull the mag. Put a new one in. Just like that. Let me try that again. I feel like I can do better before I go wasting this round. Bang, bang, out of ammo. Pull the mag. Put a new one in. Good to go. Alright, that was pretty good. I feel like with some practice, just like with the AK, you can get this thing going pretty fast, but the AR platform is definitely the easier to use. Okay, cool. I might go grab some more ammo, just for fun's sake, but that'll be a different video. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I wanted to give these guys my AR, my Mini 14, just a little bit more love than they normally get. If you enjoy this type of stuff, go ahead and subscribe, because I do this type of stuff all the time. I mostly just look for excuses to record myself shooting stuff, which is exactly what this was. Thanks for sticking around for that. If you want to support, check out the Patreon page. Link is in the description. All my guns and ammo so far have been bought by me, and I'm not able to make the massive amount of content that I want to make just because I'm underfunded. If you can't support financially, that's fine, completely understand. Mash that subscribe button and you'll definitely help out plenty. Anyway, I had a nice day. It's hot out here. I'm gonna go get myself something to drink. Go out and have yourself a fantastic day. Alright, one thing I didn't point out on this particular Mini 14 model, we got a big gaping hole, which is just a gateway for dirt and debris to get into the firing pin and trigger and hammer assembly right there. Terrible, terrible idea, but it's just what there is. So take note on that if you're deciding to bring this into combat. I'm sure there's some sort of aftermarket dust cover with a telescoping cover on it that you could probably throw on there. If not, there should be. But that's something that I forgot to point out. So I threw that in here.